the concerns amidst the investors community is, if these tensions were to continue, then what could be the impact on the Indian stock markets? Let's actually talk about individual stocks where their holding exists. The Kotak Mahindra Bank, that's the biggest Indian stock bet for Canadian pension fund, and here the fund owns 2.68% stake, and the value of this is worth about 9,500 crore rupees. The other stock is Zomato, which comes at the second spot, where this fund owns 2.1% stake, and the value is worth about 2,050 odd crore rupees. Similarly, Delivery is the third one, which again is a new age company. Canadian fund owns about 6% stake here, which definitely fell to about 3.3% when the shares had hit a low in the early year. And then apart from this, there are several other stocks as well. We also have PayTM, where CPPIB was one of the anchor investors in PayTM as well, once India's largest IPO. Here, Canadian pension fund held about a 1.76% stake, which is valued at somewhere around 973 crores. Nykaa, Canadian pension fund, similar to PayTM, was an anchor investor. Here, it owns about 1.5% stake with a value of 625 crores. Indus Towers, that's another company which was earlier known as Bharti Infratel, where Canadian pension funds holds about 2.2% stake here, of worth about 1,085 crores. The two big heavyweight counters where CPPIB has an exposure is from the IT pack, Infosys, where it holds a stake which is worth about $21.7 million, and ICICI Bank, where the Canadian pension fund stake is worth nearly $10 million as well. Now, Mr. Patini, I want to understand from you, they have a variety of exposure, some to India's biggest, heaviest weighted stocks from banking and the IT space, the others largely in the new age listed space as well. How do you look at these particular set of stocks? Could there be an escalated impact if the tensions rise on these stocks?
Sakshi, thank you. You elaborated very well each stock wise. Just to add to your list, Piramal Enterprises also, they have the CDPQ, the fund have a significant exposure in their trust and in their funds are concerned, just to add to your list.
Sure.
So, and there are some individual portfolio investors quite active on Indian markets. So I don't think so it's going to create any kind of a knee-jerk kind of reaction at this point of time due to this logjam at this point of time. In case any kind of further escalation that's going to escalate further, which is a complete meager speculation at this point of time. In case that do happens, these are the big stakes in Indian markets. The stakes are more than are more than a couple of $1 billion stakes in these companies. So I don't think so. These stocks are the fund managers or the funds. They are not going to afford to sell in an open market. Probably if they realize that because of the political pressure or any kind of thing, they want to exit these stakes. Probably they will go through a negotiated deal. Probably. So I don't think so. It's going to create any kind of immediate sell-off in the market at this point of time. So we need to cross our fingers. So how these things are going to escalate.
Sure. Sure.
We should not ignore the fact they have a strong exposure to Indian markets, and Canadian funds have been quite active in Indian markets.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.